Hi, I'm Sarah, and I was able to drop in on a 4-foot quarter pipe in one session. So today I want to talk about that and specifically how I was able to overcome the fear of dropping in. I am not known for my bravery. I'm pretty much a scaredy cat in every way. I didn't even plan on dropping in that day. So this video basically is going to briefly address how to drop in, kind of the basics of dropping in, but it's really more about the method I used that day to drop in and overcome that fear of dropping in. So in order to follow this method, basically all you need to know is how to drop in on the ground, on flat ground, or drop in on a slight incline. If you can do those two things, you can start trying this method. First of all, to drop in, you truly need to be able to ride your board extremely well. If you feel wobbly or slightly unsteady on your board, it will be really hard to drop in. Dropping in can be scary for skaters who already ride really well. So not feeling comfortable on your board can amplify those feelings of fear. And it could be dangerous to drop in before you're ready. So I suggest being really good at riding around, comfortable rolling down banks, being able to effortlessly do both front and backside kick turns on a bank, and to be able to comfortably roll up and back down a quarter pipe fakie. If you can do these 4 things well, dropping in will be a lot easier because you'll have a level of comfort and board control that will keep yourself safe and confident. The drop-in itself isn't too difficult, and if you already know how to nose stall or tail stall, then the foot positioning will be pretty familiar. You want your foot to be comfortably on the tail so that you can pin it down to the coping of the transition, and you want to make sure that it's covering enough of the tail so that your foot won't slide off it as you drop in. You want your front foot up over the bolts in a comfortable position to roll away in. It should probably be pretty close to your riding position. The drop-in itself is mostly just a shifting of weight. You want to lean forward toward the nose of your skateboard and push the trucks of the board down as fast as you can. If you push the trucks down too slowly or don't shift your weight enough, the back trucks will start to roll down the ramp first, and this will cause you to slip backwards. The trick itself isn't too complicated. It just takes a lot of confidence. And confidence is the method I used to drop in, and I knew that I had to do anything and everything to build that confidence. So I went straight to the smallest obstacle, and I worked my way up from the smallest obstacle in the park to the absolute biggest obstacle in the park. I found the smallest ramp and just rolled down it. I didn't have a clip for this part, so I borrowed some from my other sessions at a different park. Even if you've rolled down them 100 times before, just roll down the smallest ramp as many times as it takes for it to feel like no big deal. Then just pretend to drop in on it. Just keep dropping in and get used to shifting your weight from your back foot to your front one. And depending on what your park may have for obstacles, you might have to get creative. Now my park had these 2 ramps, which I don't even know what they're called, but this was my safe and fake mini ramp. I just kept dropping in on it. I took it really seriously, pushing the trucks down as fast as I could, and even reached out to tap or to touch my nose so that I had no choice but to lean over. I did this for quite a while, as if I was dropping in for real. Then I moved on to the next obstacle, and the next biggest obstacle, until I reached the highest ramp. It was quite a bit higher than the transition I wanted to drop in on, so it was great to feel that speed and wind going down it. It was really scary, but I had kept getting higher and higher, so I was able to commit a lot faster than I thought I would. And then I tried to drop in on that too, but I was a little scared, so I dropped in away from the edge first, just to practice. Then I did it for real. And all the previous practice paid off. I was able to drop in right away. And it was just great to use this ramp to practice rolling up the quarter pipe I wanted to drop in on. Next, I found a ramp that looked just like transition but had zero coping. So I rode up that a few times and then down it a few times to get a real good feel for the angle and the drop and the speed. Then I dropped in on that. It was the closest I was able to get to dropping in on something that wasn't an actual quarter pipe. And I chickened out the first time, but I got it right from try 2. I had just spent an entire session, an entire hour, building up my confidence. And I knew there was only one thing left to do. And I knew that I could do it because I had just dropped in about 100 times on other obstacles. I just needed to overcome this idea that what I was about to do was scary. So I didn't give myself really any time to think, and I just tried to drop in.
Okay. Oh. Ah. 괜찮아? 했는데 세라가 너무 긴장했어.
I ate it and I looked absolutely ridiculous when I did, but after I ate it, I was way less scared. I didn't get hurt and I was so close to getting it that I just ran back up to the top of the quarter pipe, told myself I can do it, and I dropped in.
Okay. 할 수 있어. Ready?
하나,
1, 2.
잘하네. 행복.
And I haven't been afraid to drop in since. I literally fell one time and now I'm absolutely fine. And every time I went back to the park, I had no problem dropping in first try again. That fear was just completely gone. So in summary, the day you want to drop in, just drop in on everything. Absolutely everything. Even if you've dropped in on the same small obstacle 100 times before, start there and drop in again. Or even just roll down it first, then drop in. Do that until you have absolutely zero fear to go down the obstacle, and then move on to the next one that's slightly bigger. Seriously, take an entire hour to do this. Just keep dropping in and keep working up from the smallest obstacle to the biggest one, to as close of a drop in as you can. Really exaggerate the movement and touch your nose as you lean over and try to drop in, like it's the real thing. So when you get to the top of the transition, the one that you really want to drop in on, a real quarter pipe, if you feel a little bit nervous or scared, you might be able to overcome that and do it. But if you truly feel nervous or terrified, don't rush it. You just step away, go back to the other obstacles, and keep dropping in. Keep exaggerating that motion, that drop in. Keep doing it until when you get to the top of the transition, you don't feel that terrified. A little bit of nerves, a little bit of fear is okay because you can overcome it in most of the time. But there's no rush to drop in. There's no prize for dropping in as fast as you can. You know, wait till you feel comfortable. I really truly think that the way to overcome this kind of fear in skateboarding is through building up confidence. I mean, you wouldn't start skating a 6-stair, right? You'd start on the curb, then on a 2-stair, and a 3-stair, and a 4-stair, and a 5-stair, and then you'd skate the 6-stair. If you tried to skate the 6-stair right away, you'd feel terrified and probably bail on every single trick. In most cases. I personally don't think you have to just commit to a trick that you're not ready for. I really believe that building up the confidence and getting really familiar with the speed, the angle, the trick, the movement of your body, everything will help you drop in a lot faster than just trying to go up there and do it. And if you can't, that's fine. You don't have to commit to a trick that you're not ready for. Do it when you feel comfortable and work hard to get to that point. I know that dropping in is scary, but you can definitely do it. If I can do it, you can do it, because I'm afraid of everything. So don't rush, don't worry, and just take your time and enjoy skating. I really hope that you were able to get something out of this video or my experience, and I hope to see you next week.